What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com, back with another SketchUp extension overview video for you. So in today's video, we're going to talk about an extension from Fredo 6 that allows you to quickly bevel and round off edges inside of SketchUp. This is the newer version of his corner rounding extensions. This one is called FredoCorner. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. So you can download FredoCorner from the SketchUpEssentials extension warehouse. I will also include this link in the notes down below, but it's also a free extension. So you can download this and use it for free. There is a note on this page that says FredoCorner is going to become a paid plugin in a few months. As far as I know, that change has not happened since this came out, but it is something that's worth checking out if you want to go ahead and get it downloaded while it's still free. So I will link to that in the notes down below. But the way FredoCorner works is, if you look at it, when you first open the extension, it gives you a number of different options for things you can do to corners. So it's got options to round corners, bevel corners, subdivide meshes. We're going to talk about that one. I'm actually really excited about that one for our subdivision modeling series. And then also chop corners, meaning you can chop those corners off without beveling the different edges. And so let's start by just taking a look at the way this works when you open it up. So one thing I really like about this extension is if you were to group your geometry like this. So if I was to make this a group, you can run FredoCorner on group geometry. So in the past with round corner, you couldn't do that. You had to be on the actual raw faces. So this is something I'm really excited about with this extension because it's a lot faster, especially if you have grouped objects. But when you first open up the extension, what it's going to do is anything you had selected, it's going to select all of the different edges in here for rounding. So for example, let's say that this wasn't a group. So let's say we were to explode this and we were to click on it, or if we were to run FredoCorner, you can see how initially nothing is selected in here, but you can come in here and you can select different individual edges, things like that. So for example, in its simplest sense, if I was to click on this edge right here, you can see how what this does is this selects this edge and it indicates that it's selected by turning it red. And then it also gives you these green offsets. So what the green offsets are doing is this is indicating how far back this is going to be rounded off. And so another thing you can do is you can click on this little eye right here to toggle preview mode. Well, if you toggle preview mode, you can actually see what those edges are going to look like with this extension when it rounds them off. So you can select multiple edges at once too. So for example, I can go around here and I can select, let's say I wanted to select these 3 edges and round them off. You can see how I could preview that as well. So what this is doing is this is going through and this is rounding off these edges. And if I was to turn hidden geometry on, you can see how this is basically taking this and it's rounding it all off. And it's creating geometry in here to make this look smooth. And so in addition to being able to select edges, you can also click on a face in order to select all of the edges around that face really quickly as well. You could also click on a face in order to deselect it. So the selection options in here are really easy to use. The preview mode is really good for showing you what this is going to look like. So you can also adjust the radius of the offset. So let's say, for example, I wanted this to be 6 inches. I could click on that radius and enter a value and hit enter. Notice how this is going to show you how far back that's going to be. So this will move dynamically in here. You can also, by going into preview mode, you can actually click and drag in order to see what different offsets would look like. So you can see how I can drag this up and down inside of preview mode in order to change that offset manually as well. And so once you've run FredoCorner, so once you're done and you've selected the edges you want, if you click on Generate Geometry, what that's going to do is that's going to come in here and that's going to round off the edges that you had selected. So you can see how that came in here and this rounded off those edges really quickly. So it's a really easy way to add those rounded edges inside of your model. And let's say, for example, that you didn't like what this did. Well, one of the cool things about this tool is it actually has an undo function. So if you click on this button right here, you can see how this gives you an undo or repair option. Well, if I mouse over this, you can see how this actually gives me a dynamic preview of an undo that you have in here. So you could click in here and notice that you can either undo, meaning you can remove the rounding, so it stores your original geometry, or you can edit it. So it'll take you directly into edit mode. So you can use this in order to round this whole, or to undo anything that you've done in the past with this extension. One thing I want to point out is you can also adjust the profile that's being created. So let's say I had these 3 edges selected and I was to click on this. You can see how you can actually adjust this so that it's either a circle, a square, or a bevel. So you can actually set this to be a flat bevel like this, or you can also create this these other 2 kinds of profiles as well. So you can see how you can adjust how far in this is. So it's a combination of a square and a circle. Or this one over here gives you the option to use a Bezier curve on the corner. So notice how you can create these different profiles in here by clicking and dragging these little sliders. And if you were to select the option for inverse, what this would do is instead of your profiles going outward, they would go inward. So you can see how now, if I was to select this and run it, and then click on preview mode, you can see how instead of my corners being beveled outward, they're being beveled inward. So you can also adjust the way that that profile works by using the options inside of your profile rounding. And you can also adjust the number of segments in here. So obviously more segments is going to give you a smoother face, but it's also going to create more geometry. So maybe you don't want to select or create that much geometry. Maybe you're trying to keep your model light. You can set this so that it has less segments in the faces that are created. And obviously a value of 0 is not going to be good. Don't do that. And so one thing I want to point out about this tool is it's really good for merging shapes together. So, and we'll go back into the round corner mode for a second. I'll talk about the square corner in a minute, but for right now I'm going to clear my edge selection, and then let's say that I wanted to have a smooth transition between this box and this box. Well, by selecting this edge, you can see how that is going to bevel this edge, and you need to have more than 0 segments in here, but you can see how this will bevel this or round it in a way that there's actually now a smooth transition between this shape and this shape. So see how I can use preview mode in order to look at this. Then you can also click on this and see, you can see how you can use this in order to create that smooth transition between objects. So notice there's also a tool in here just to bevel edges. So if you don't necessarily want to round them off, beveling edges can be a quick way to remove sharp corners without adding a whole bunch of geometry. So let's say I was to set my offset on this one to 6 inches and then generate my geometry. You can see how that goes around and this actually bevels off this edge just by like shaving the edge off of this or shaving the corner off and just creating like a 45-degree angle on this. So we could do the same thing down here where I can click and you can see how this bevels this off all the way around. And one thing to note about this is you can also set this, if we were to run this again, so let's say I was to set this to 1 and I was to set these both to soft geometry and then click on this. Instead of having all the individual edges in here, you can see how these have all been set as softened geometry. You can also set them to smooth geometry if you want. But now if I click on these, they're still in here. So if I was to click right here, you can see how the edges are still in here, but they're set as soft, so they don't show up when you turn off your hidden geometry. So the next function is one I'm really interested in. You know, we've started a subdivision modeling series on here, and one of the things that we talked about is if we use the extension subd in order to subdivide this shape. So if we were to click on this one, subdivide it like this, remember how we get this kind of weird geometry up at the top? That's because this face on the top isn't made up of quads, so you get this weird subdivision result. Well, this extension will actually come in here and this will generate that quad geometry for you. So for example, if I was to click on this top face, and we'll go ahead and set our offset to something a little bit bigger, maybe like 8 inches or something like that, you can see how what this will do is this will actually come in here and this will subdivide this face so that it's made up of quads on the top. And so that can be really important because now if we were to use subd on this shape, instead of getting this weird result off to the side, you can see how this gives me a very smooth top face on here. So you can use this to actually prep your models for subdivision modeling as well. And so we could do that not only with this top edge, but we could also do it with the edges down here. So we could select this and maybe this. We're going to set our offset to something small. So maybe we'll call it 1 inch. So all that does is that subdivides this edge that we had selected, or the 2 edges, into quads. Well, now if I subdivide them, you can see how I get this nice curve along this face where I didn't before. So over here, right, if you look at this, and we'll do a view hidden geometry, you can see how what this did is this split this up and it subdivided it so it comes to a point. Well, by adding these edge loops right here on this object, I get a nice kind of a curve on this corner whenever I subdivide this. So you can actually use FredoCorner in order to prep objects for subdivision, which is really great as well. And just notice that this does work on different kinds of shapes. So for example, I could come in here and I could round off this object as well. So we'll go to preview mode. You can see I can adjust this offset. But notice how you can use this in order to bevel shapes like that kind of square torus shape that I had in here into much more smooth geometry. So you can also use this to create shapes like this. Two other things I wanted to point out. First of all, I wanted to point out this works on flat geometry as well. So let's say that I wanted to just bevel off this edge, and we'll go ahead and set our radius to something a little bit more extreme, like 24 inches. Notice this doesn't just work with like solid geometry over here. It will bevel off the edge between these two flat faces. So you can use this to round off edges like this on your flat objects as well. And then the last thing I want to point out is there's also a tool in here to chop corners. So corners, for example, and we may need more of a box shape in order to do this one. But corners, you can use this to come in here and bevel off different corners. So let's say that I have maybe a 6-inch offset on this one. You can see I can select these different edges. And then if I run this, so if I click on Generate Geometry, you can see how what this is going to do is it's going to chop these corners off to give me this kind of, not rounded off shape, but you can use it to bevel corners without beveling edges. So that's where I'm going to end this video. I would recommend going and downloading this extension. It is free right now, so you really don't have anything to lose by giving it a try. If you like this video, please remember to click that like button down below. If you're new around here, remember to click that subscribe button for new SketchUp content every week. If you like what I'm doing on this channel, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit helps, even if it's only $1 a month. So make sure you check out that link in the notes down below. But in any case, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.